Puja Avatar Avadhuta Jagadguru Shri Datta Ganapat Sachidananda Dattapaji Shri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Maharaja Sharda Mataye Ramana Maharshi Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja Lahiri Mahashaya Yukteswaragiri Yogananda Gauranganitayi Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Trailinga Maharaja भेट नारायण सदाशिव ब्रह्मेंद्र महाराज नीम करोली बाबा महाराजा आदिगुरु शंकराचार्य चंद्रशेखर सरस्वती महाराज महाअवतार बाबाजी महाराज लाहिरी महाशय युक्तेश्वरगिरी योगानंद नीम करोली बाबा महाराज अनघा समेत गुरुदत्त महाराज जिल्लेलमुड़ी माता आनंदमाई तारा माता की जय हो जय हो श्रीपादराजम शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीपादराजम शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीपादराजम शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीपादराजम शरणं प्रपद्ये. Dear all divine associates and disciples of Samasta Guru Mandali, today also Jayanama Guna Sankeerthana is blessed to continue Satsanga as a part of Bhakti Kriya Yoga by relearning the autobiography of a yogi. Our Paramapuja Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja and Paramahamsa Jagadguru Yogananda Maharaja blessed us as a part of Bhakti Kriya Yoga to relearn the fifth chapter. A perfumed saint displays his wonders. His name is Gandha Baba. So yesterday we have been blessed to understand that, or we have relearned. You speak with conviction, sir. I have long exercised an honest introspection, the exquisitely painful approach to wisdom, self scrutiny, relentless observance of one's thoughts is a stark and shattering experience. It pulverizes the stoutest ego, but true self analysis mathematically operates to produce seers. The way of self expression, individual acknowledgements, results in egotists, sure of the right to their private interpretations of God and the universe. So, Yogda Maharaja blessed us to relearn this and understand the total experience and the seer and the seen from Jnana Yoga. And also, we have relearned that total experience minus the seen becomes the seer. The seer is nothing but we become ultimately the sharp, the spark of super consciousness that is God. So, we also understood that self expression. So, what Yogda Maharaja says is by self analysis and by doing continuously, relentless, by observing one's thoughts, it is not an ordinary experience, it is shattering experience. However, Yogda Maharaja says that honest and painful, it is painful, of self scrutiny will definitely crushes the ego. That is what we needed and reveal the true wisdom. Simply prioritizing self expression leads to arrogance and also becomes subjective and uh, definitely flawed views of reality. We cannot understand the reality. I am that too, I am this too. I am this too, I am that too. Like that, it happens. So then Yogda Maharaja says, the satsanga continues like this. Of course, by blessings of Paramapuja Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja and Paramahamsa Yogananda Maharaja and Jagadguru Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Maharaja and Samasta Guru Mandali blessed us to relearn the expression, mathematical expression, which we have understood that total experience minus the seen becomes the seer. Now, truth humbly retires. No doubt, before such arrogant originality, I was enjoying the discussion. So, Yogda Maharaja, who stood before the Kali Mata in Calcutta, he was offering his prayers to Mate Kali, and suddenly a tall man, with or without garb, a saint like, he's a saint. And Yogda Maharaja also understood that he is a wandering saint. So the discussion took place between, we shouldn't say that is a discussion. It is a satsanga which has taken place between our Paramahamsa Yogdananda Maharaja and that saintly person. So Yogda Maharaja says, truth humbly retires, no doubt, before such arrogant originality. So you have to show, or rather, we have to show the arrogance to find out the reality. Why? Because when someone claims a private interpretation of reality, truth doesn't argue. Truth will never argue with us. It will just remain silent. It just steps aside, and the ego will get win. Why the ego gets to win? It's imaginary argument. I'm right, you're wrong. See, I'm always right, you're always wrong. But it loses access to objective reality. That is most important. So the objective reality is Sat, that is truth. If we are with the truth, God is always with us. Only truth. So a person lives, suppose for example, for instance, our Paramahamsa Yogda Maharaja and Paramapuja Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja and Samasta Guru Mandali instructs Jayanamaguna Sankeerthana to relearn with a classic example. For instance, not you, Shivarna. Shivarna went to a party. Then suddenly, no one observed him. So he was thinking, Shivanna is thinking, oh, no one observing me. I've been undermined. I've been demeaned or belittled at that spot. So everyone was talking to each other. They were doing their own activities. They were quite busy with their own activities. Now, see how, and no one. So Shivanna thought, okay, everyone is busy. Just he waved his hand and he left the place. Now, that saying goodbye, okay, bye, 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 like that, Shivanna told to all the people who were engaged in their own private discussions. So, more importantly, they haven't observed the person here. So, the Sat is the person leaves the room without saying goodbye. For example, now Shivanna said goodbye. That is the reality, truth. Now, that is a neutral event, isn't it? We have to understand in that way. It is a neutral event. Now, the private interpretation, what Yogda Maharaja says is Mithya. What is Mithya? Private interpretation. That is means delusion, Maya. They left because, or they have not recognized me, Shivanna, because they hate Shivanna. They dislike Shivanna. They wantedly grouped together and started, throwing out from the box or from the point of discussion or whatever it is. So Shivanna feels that, oh God, they wantedly made me out of. This is private interpretation. So neutral event, Shivanna went inside and saw all that and shook his hand and waved his hand and he left. He said goodbye. Of course, that is a neutral event. That means neither the group nor Shivanna is worried or is concerned about the exchanges of wishes. That is neutral event. But the private, in the moment the neutral event takes place, the mithya comes out. That is the interpretation. What is the interpretation? Now Shivanna is feeling, oh, no one cared me. No one has shown their concern. Having gone to this place from a far mile distance, no one even bothered to just say hi or hello. So Shivanna feeling very bad about it. And now, what is that? Shivanna also made a private interpretation that they dislike me. He given a judgment, concluded. No, Shivanna is not understanding that they are quite busy with their own work. Shivanna shouldn't bother about it, but it has happened. So, private interpretation has come into play. Why? Because Shivanna is not spiritually advanced enough. The ego inserting and personalized narrations or narrative, it itself will try to crop up. So that's the way the private interpretation becomes a critical component of stuff test ego, pushing the ego higher side. Now, two things we need to relearn, that would Shivanna should bother about that, or Shivanna shouldn't bother about it? That is the neutral event. If you Shivanna bothers, so what, he's expecting something out of his presence, that is bad. That means for every event or activity, Shivanna is expecting some or the other thing. Now that becomes the toughest ego. That's what Yogda Maharaja says. You need to crush it to the core. So, for example, turn the event in this way. All people are quite busy. They're talking to each other, and they were quite busy with their own discussions. So Shivanna went there. He saw them. Shivanna thought, okay, they are quite busy with their own work. What is I am? Who am I? Who am I? Okay, okay. Like that, he left the place. And most importantly, he waved back and left the place. That is neutralizing the ego. It is not that easy. Everywhere the stoutest ego pushes us like a waterfall falling from 100 to 2000 feet upper side to the downstairs. It is quite reverse. That is the way, like a fountain, the it pulverizes. That's what Yogda Maharaja says. So we shouldn't expect anything from anyone. Everything, every idea, every event, every activity should be posted onto the holy feet of Guru or God. So Appa says, I was enjoying this discussion. Now, man can understand no eternal verity until he has freed himself from pretensions. No, he says, Appa, that's Yogda Maharaj. Sometimes we also call him as Appa. Appa in India, we call as a father. Any fatherly person will be called as Appa. Very nice of it, isn't it? So that is the irrespective of religion, caste, country, creed, anything. So we should respect elderly persons. However, so, arrogant originality, it is ultimate defense mechanism. Arrogance should be used to control the ego, not to defend the mechanism, because it will try to defend the mechanism of the ego. So, when confronted with absolute truth, the ego refuses to dissolve that. That is a major problem. Instead, so not it will try to control the ego which crops up. In addition to that, instead, it attempts to outsmart the truth by inventing its own brilliant interpretations, complex philosophies, and unique spiritual identities. As the ancient sages of India noted, truth does not fight. We all should be informed. Truth will never fight. Truth will never argue. Truth will never try to prove itself. Truth simply waits. It humbly steps back, allowing the ego to spinning to the spinning its intricate private webs until it completely exhausts itself. See, so ego is a very, very, very critical element. So, what Yogda Maharaja says is man can understand eternal verity until he has freed himself from pretensions. So, what are pretensions? It is a false claim of status, knowledge, or sometimes he feels very higher than any other soul. For instance, Shivana. Shivana knows some Sanskrit text. So, the moment he enters into a ordinary group, so Shivanna wanted that Shivanna should be noticed. That is also an ego. Shivanna wanted to get noticed by the other group of persons. See? So it acts as a thick, opaque lens. It distorts the light of eternal seer into the fragmented, comforting illusions of a private interpretation. To see the truth, that means Sat, truth. What we have to do? Lens Here, see, lens must not be polished completely, it must be shattered. Then only it is possible to realize and progress spiritually. So, Yogda Maharaja says, the human mind, bared to a century's smile, is teeming with the repulsive life of countless world delusions. Struggles of the battlefield pale into insignificance here when man first contends with inner enemies. We know that. Who all are the inner enemies? Arishad Varga. In Sanskrit, in Indian philosophy, we call them as Arishad Varga. Arishad. Shad means six. Arishad Varga. Six internal enemies. We all, we have relearned. Madhamacharya, isn't it? So, lust, greed, jealousy, ego, pride, hatred, all these are internal enemies. We don't know from where it comes. Now, being like that is very easy, but becoming a saintly, becoming an honest person in the world is very, very critical. And generally, devotees, oh, no devotees, sorry, Shivana may think that no one is observing. Shivana may feel out of his ego, pride, and that to this so, he may be thinking that no one is observing. My dear fellow devotees and disciples of Samasta Guru Mandali and devotees across globe, Jayanamaguna Sankeerthana would like to put forth that Shivana may be acting today, but God is watching us every moment, every second. He is with us, He is watching us. So God is omnipresent. Guru is omnipresent. They are watching us. That is the reason we need to be very, very honest to ourselves. So, countless, the human mind, bare to a century slime, is teeming with the repulsive life of countless world delusions. Countless world delusions. What a great word which has been used by Paramahansa, ours Yogda Maharaja. So, it talks about, for example, bared to the sensual slime, it discusses that the human mind and its tendency toward delusion and self deception. We deceive ourselves. Our conscience will say, Shivana, you're wrong. Shivana, you're wrong. But immediately the ego states, no, Shivana, you're not wrong. Shivana, you are not wrong. It will never admit. That is the reason Paramahamsa Yogda Maharaja says, shattering experience. It is not that easy. That is the reason Paramahamsa Jagadguru Sri Ramakrishna Maharaja says that the spirituality is walking on water. We don't know when we dip. What happens next? It is walking on water or a tight rope. Very, 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 very. It is not that just for a moment we prayed and all the 23.20 59 minutes, 10 minutes we have prayed to God, and other 23.59 is upon worldly matters, dishonesty, jealousy, and very bad thoughts, evil thoughts. It will never help us to grow spiritually. We have to be very, very honest to ourselves first. So he says that Yogda Maharaja says these internal enemies one can understand. If you can understand those internal enemies and how to overcome them, then you can or we can understand the truth. So the century slime, what the Yogda Maharaja says is the accumulated delusions and errors of thought that have persisted throughout the history. The worldly delusions. Worldly delusions. So, for instance, someone may talk scriptures for 1.5, 2 hours, or 3 hours, but internally his motive is to make money. No use. Someone can sing good, good songs. Internal motive is fame. God will dislike. Now, one has to also understand these all are worldly delusions. So, wealthy or worldly possessions, not fighting with internal enemies, will not help us to grow spiritually. So, centuries world delusions, as long as our energy is bleeding outward, we are completely at the mercy of the world delusions until we go internal. Outside is different, inside is different. So, for instance, we are triggered by criticism, sometimes intoxicated by a compliment. Some people, some devotees also, you might be thinking that, Shivana, have you ever encountered this kind of a problem? Why not? Suppose, for instance, Jainamuguna Sankirtana was extended for 7 to 9 hours in a day. For example, one day it has happened. So many days, our satsanga will continue for 7 to 9 hours, including spiritual rituals and Bhakti Kriya Yoga, Nama Guna Sankirtana, and Rudra Mantra, so on and so forth. So, one of the devotees was telling, "Oh, Shivana, you are very great to that to this." So, he started telling. Then I said, Namaskar, don't praise, praise the God, praise the Lord. He has given to act as an instrument to serve. And the purpose is that Shivana is only an instrument to inspire others. That to what Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja says. So why Jainam Guru Sankirtana says that all the gurus, all the gods are family members of Jainam Guna Sankirtana without any doubt. WHY why? Because it is true. We are doing only because we are blessed. If Shivanna thinks that I have to do it, I am only doing, I am only capable of doing, I only know all the knowledge, inner motives. Shivanna wanted fame, God will be never with Shivanna. Shivanna wanted money to make some little money about this live that to this, God will be never. He will never appreciate introspection, honesty, and everyone should understand every act. Yesterday, Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja blessed us to understand that till the breath continues, we are doing karma, the law of karma. We are doing karma. It is not that easy to go beyond the karma. Only sage incarnations can experience going beyond the vibration, sound, and light. Karma will not affect them. Until that, every breathing is karma. So, what Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja says is, "Oh, my dear disciples, you cannot become a, as of now, sage because you are also mixed up with worldly activities and you have a body, you have a mind. So, better you put forth every action as a service onto the holy feet of God or Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja." That is what we have to relearn. So, Appa says that criticism, someone criticizes us, immediately our ego will boil like anything until we tell them back, until we shout them back, until we yell at them, until we prove it right. That is ego. So, this all is a drama. And if this continues, for example, as Yogda Maharaja says, if we are triggered by a criticism, intoxicated by a compliment, of course, and paralyzed by a loss and profit are same. So what happens? The stoutest ego thrives in the chaos, using the drama of these endless outer battles to ensure that we cannot sit still because we are outward. We have to become inward. So, oh, uh, satsanga, because we have to do nama japa. Very nice of it. So please write Jaya. Paramahansa Yogananda Maharaja. Yeah, we are very nice to see that from Brazil, one disciple has come. We are very sorry. In between Satsanga, there is a flow, current to flow. We cannot say hello, hi, but we are very happy that Babaji blessed us, all of us. Also, you to be a part of Jayanamaguna Sankeerthana. However, so coming back, Lord Ganesha is always with us. And Shivan also says that it is not a one day affair. That what Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja says. That you work for your worldly activities for 8 hours. The same labor has to put in for spirituality also to have the power of God, to know the power of God, to understand the God. It is not that easy. Even doing 8 hours or 10 hours of labor in spirituality doesn't mean that we will get to know everything. We know only drop in a ocean. That too, droplets, not even a drop. So Lord Ganesha is very, very happy. रघुवर शुभकर श्रीराम घनशर राम रिपुहर राम 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 मयि कुरु बोधां विगलित मोह मयि कुरु बोधां विगलित मोह त्वयि कृत रागं प्रवितत योगं त्वयि कृत रागं प्रवितत योगं रघुवर शुभकर श्रीराम घनशर राम रिपुहर राम रघुवर शुभकर श्रीराम घनशर राम रिपुहर राम रघुवर शुभकर श्रीराम घनशर राम रिपुहर राम प्रविजित सोमा प्रविहत काम प्रविजित सोमा प्रविहत काम प्रचुरित धाम प्रमुदित भीम प्रचुरित धाम प्रमुदित भीम शमदमशीला सुमसमहेला शमदमशीला सुमसमहेला धनुसुत काला सुमधुर लीला धनुसुत काला सुमधुर लीला रघुवर शुभकर श्रीराम घनशर राम रिपुहर राम 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 यदि भुवि धर्मो विगलित मर्म यदि भुवि धर्मो विगलित मर्म वपुरनुकुर्यात् सहितव रूपं वपुरनुकुर्या सहितव रूपम् उपनिषदर्धो यदि कृतदेहो उपनिषदर्धो यदि कृतदेहो भवसि च त्वं सच्चिदानन्द भवसि च त्वं सायिदानन्द भवसि च त्वं बाबाजी आनन्द भवसि च त्वम् अप्पाजी आनन्द भवसि च त्वं श्रीरामकृष्ण Paramahansa Maharajananda, Sri Rama Krishna Paramahansa Maharajananda, Sri Rama Krishna Paramahamsa Maharajananda, Sri Rama Krishna Paramahamsa Maharajananda, Raghuara Shubhakara Sri Rama, Janashara Rama, Vipuhara Rama, Raghuara Shubhakara Sri Rama, Janashara Rama, Vipuhara Rama, Raghuara Shubhakara Sri Rama, Ganashara Rama, Ripuhara Rama, Raghuara Shubhakara Shri Rama. Ganashara Rama, Ripuhara Rama, Ripuhara Rama, Ripuhara Rama, 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 Raghuara Shubhakara Shri Rama, Ganashara Rama, Ripuhara Rama, Raghuara Shubhakara Shri Rama, Ganashara Rama, Ripuhara Rama, Raghuara Shubhakara Shri Rama, Ganashara Rama, Ripuhara Rama, Ripuhara Rama, Hari. Lord Shri Rama, Lord Shri Rama, the prophet Rama, Lahiri Mahashaya says, he is the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. And what does His Holiness Lord Shri Rama portrayed to the world is Ekapatni Vrata. That means he controlled his senses. He is telling us, being a human being, how to control senses. He married only Sita Mate and full lifetime. That is the reason he called as Adarsha Rama. In Sanskrit, Adarsha. That means a role model to the society. And His Holiness Karya Siddhi Sita Rama Maharaja never used more than needed the weapons, even to kill Ravana, the demon king. He did not use more of weapons to that extent where his capacity. To only that extent, Lord Rama used weapons. That means everyone also should understand that based upon the capacity of other person, we need to behave. See what Lord Rama did not say us to the whole universe, Lord Rama. And he also said how to live a happy life. All the four brothers, Rama, Lakhana, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna, all four brothers were sacrificing. All the other three brothers were sacrificing for Lord Rama. Lord Rama sacrificed everything for his brothers. That is what the family bonding, that is what is needed. So just keep your ego outside and sacrifice. Happiness will come to you. This is the word of Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja. Sacrifice everything: anger, lust, greed, material benefits, material possessions. Just sacrifice. Sacrifice competitions. Sacrifice I. Everything will become divine and will become very much blissful. 150%, there is no doubt. The moment I comes, expectations rise and the stoutest ego will pulverize and make us get into dark shells. So we have to be very careful. Lord Rama is a great example for whole world how to lead a happy life even in spite of exile. Lord Rama never complained. He asked his father. Father said, "O Rama, you have to go for some time to the forest. You have to sacrifice the worldly material here only." Lord Rama never complained. He says, "Appa, my father, I am accepting it because this is the boon you have given to mother. I will accept it because never and ever it shouldn't be a word in the scripture that Lord Rama denied his father's word. That is what parenting. All children, Shivana doesn't know how many children are sitting, but right parenting, if you keep on continue this satsanga, your children also will follow you. If not, whatever you are doing, they will follow that only. So please be careful. We have to be very careful. They children. So children has to be nurtured like that. They have to be said, "Oh my dear children, this is your responsibility." We the first the Indian dharma, which is Sanatan, says, "Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava." The Guru also is the final one, third one. Matru Devo Bhava. Today, Shivana is here because of his mother. Please understand. If Shivana mother is not there, Shivana is not there. So first the bowing to mother. Pitrudevo Bhava. We shouldn't see from worldly activities. Mother and father are the great gurus. They have nurtured us. They have helped us to grow. And they have given whatever they have or they had. So what we have to do in turn, when we grow big, big means not wealthy, money, that to this. Enough buddhi, that means enough mind. We have to take care of our parents who are old. Even today, even today, at the age of 49, Shivana, or 48 crossed, he says, Shivana is staying with his father. Shivana will never say that father is with Shivana. That what Babaji Maharaja is happy. We also should learn that what happens? The whole house, home place will be disturbed. If you give respect to your parents, your children will give respect to you. That's what we have to learn. And whatever parents do, children do follow that. This is since ages has been learnt. Even in the case of demon Ravanasura, where Rama killed, Ravanasura's son also has become a demon. See that? A demon king, small king. Why? Because the path is same. So Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja says, for a mango tree, you cannot expect a pomegranate. Please, we have to relearn. From a mango tree, we cannot expect a pomegranate. Whatever you are, your children are same. And PDs are same. So because body has been given, we have to shed ourselves to righteous path. That what Yogda Maharaja says. Oh. Why Appa is blessing? Why Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja blessing? Because Shivaya Gurave Rudraya Namaha, Shivaya Gurave Rudraya Namaha, Shivaya Gurave Rudraya Namaha, Shivaya Gurave Rudraya Namaha. 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 Namah Shivaya Om, 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 Namah Shivaya Om. Shivaya Gurave Babaji Namaha. 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 Shivaya Gurave Rudraya 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 Namaha. Hari. Om Aim Hrim Shim Shvarama Anagadhataya Namaha. 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 Anagaya Namaha. Anandaya Namaha. Hari. So Samasta Guru Mandali is very, very happy. Yeah. Shivan also would like to announce that tomorrow there is a Namaguna Sankeerthana session, bhajan, blessed by Appaji at night 7 o'clock. Shivana wanted not to put live because any of physical bhajana will go. However, there are so many devotees from various parts of the country or world. How many would like to join tomorrow if we keep a live? So, based upon that, Babaji Maharaja will bless us or Appaji will bless us. Let us see. How many I wanted tomorrow live? If number is good, then devotees, their participation is very, very important. Then only we can do one, two, three, only three people. Okay. Then no live. Dattanugraha. Four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Oh, very good, very good. 11. Oh, 11 devotees. 12. Okay. 13. 13 devotees. Good. Okay. 14. Okay. At least 15 if they ask, Appaji may bless us. Only 14 people, devotees. Okay, no problem. Dattanugraha. So, 14 devotees also very, very important. Okay, 15. Oh, it crossed at 15, 16. Okay, 17, 18. Very good. Nice of it. Dattanugraha. So, closely around 18 devotees. It is not an ordinary number to participate in Bhakti Kriya Yoga. So, tomorrow by 7 o'clock, upper blessings, we will try to resume Nama Guna Sankirtana, only vibrations. Only vibrations. So Shivana requests everyone who wanted to visit on live. First, you have to have a bath because tomorrow majority of the devotees may be on holiday Saturday. So first have a bath, wear white dress, and just sit and feel the energy. Nothing. So if you wish to see Shivana, you can keep seeing. If not, you just close your eyes and listen to the music and Shivarudra mantra. That's it. So set aside. Please do not get distractions or get distracted. Do not touch mobile also. Young generation, so below 25 or 30, they can write whenever the kirtan is happening. But more than 30 age or 35 age, if you wish, it is okay. If not, just sit quietly. If you can play in a TV, that is good. If it is a mobile phone, put it on a chair. Don't touch it until it is asked. Then only the real meditation. That means Asana Siddhi. Once everyone should focus first on Asana Siddhi, that is sitting capacity from 7 to 8 or 9, whatever time Appa blesses. We should not distract. Single distraction should not affect us. Plan well, then only God will bless us. It is not just like that. If just like that, no use of doing Satsanga and Jayanamaguna Sankirtana. You all know better. समस्त गुरु मंडली की जय, समस्त गुरु मंडली की जय, तारा माता की जय, बाबाजी महाराज की जय, बाबाजी महाराज की जय, जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय, जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय, जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय.